Hello, how are you?
I am good, thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your day to meet with me for this franchisee interview.
Sure.
So let's get started and share with everyone your name, your location, the number of territories that you own, and what year you became a franchise owner.
So I'm Adam Bliss, and I am in Tucson, Arizona. We actually have locations in Tucson, Green Valley, and Sierra Vista, Arizona, and also in Henderson, Nevada, in the Las Vegas area. We've been in business since 2014, so we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary, and we're
Yay,
really excited to.
congratulations.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic 10-year journey, and through lots of different experiences in our business and with the Right at Home system.
All right. Congratulations. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your background prior to being a franchise owner.
Well, prior to Right at Home, I personally worked, after college at the University of Arizona, and then later graduate school at Arizona State University. I went into the consumer packaged goods industry, primarily in sales and sales leadership roles. So large packaged goods companies that I worked with, lots of significantly different and varied experiences in that industry, and really had a fantastic career. Enjoyed it very much, and moved all around the country for different assignments, and really felt that it gave me a well-rounded business background, which I really enjoyed.
So why did you choose right at home?
Well, interestingly enough, while we lived in Minnesota for 10 years,
Mhm,
uh, my wife, co-owner of this business with me,
mhm,
had decided that she wanted to find something to do part time that would be just enjoyable, and where she felt she could, get out of the house, do something as our kids were getting older, but not be
mhm,
too burdened with, a full time career.
mhm,
And a friend of ours was a caregiver for Paul Blum, Paul Blum's office in the Twin Cities,
mhm.
and so she said you should be a caregiver, and Kola was a little unsure at first if that made sense for her, but she
Mhm.
went down and she spoke with Bob, and Paul's husband and co-owner, and ended up coming home with a job as a caregiver. And so
Wow.
a couple of weeks into this, uh, she was really, really enjoying it. Her first client was this 92-year-old retired physician from Pakistan,
Mhm,
and he needed a companion, somebody to enjoy the day with him. And he loved making Indian food,
mhm.
and he wasn't physically able to do all those things. So he taught her recipes, and she made Indian dishes, which was a side benefit for us, because we learned some great recipes. But
Aw.
it wasn't too long after that I found her one evening with a stack of books about aging and caregiving and social work, and
Mhm.
um, she said, I think this is what I should do with my life. And so she kind of put her energy into caregiving. And shortly after that, I happened to find on an airplane, I think on a Southwest flight, an ad for Right at Home franchises. And I didn't know it was a franchise opportunity. I thought this was just something that Bob and Paul had started locally, and they were thriving. And I got really excited because I'd hoped for an opportunity to exit the corporate world and have a business of my own someday. So I talked to Paul. I talked to folks at the
Mhm.
franchise development team at
Mhm.
Right at Home, and 6 months later, we were, leaving Minnesota and heading back to Arizona to start this new crazy adventure. Yeah,
Yeah, what a neat story. Yes,
yeah,
adventure for sure.
yeah.
So 4 territories later,
Right. Yeah,
congratulations.
yeah.
So take me through a day in the life of Adam. What does a typical day look like for you?
Well, a day in the life 10 years down the road is a lot different than a day in the life was when we first started.
Mm-hmm.
We started with two brand new territories that had not been developed at all. So when we started, we were sales and marketing, we were human resources and recruiting, we were scheduling, we were, client engagement and conducting, new client intake assessments and then doing quality assurance. So it was just the two of us for those initial days. So every day was really early and really late because it took a lot of work and we were really committed. And then as we began to develop the business a few months in, we started to be able to hire others to help us. And now, the role for me is a lot different. The role for Kola is a lot different. We're much more focused on leading our team of, I think, 14 managers and administrative staff in our offices, really focused on establishing the strategy, the vision, and then ensuring that they have the support that they need to care for our clients, to care for our caregivers, to ensure that our processes are being followed. We get to spend a little bit more time at higher level relationships in the community uh, and engaging in a more significant way of that nature. So, no 2 days are the same, but we really try to schedule our time so that we're supporting the people that work with us to really execute on our mission to deliver, care and improve the quality of life for our clients. So we're not delivering the care every day. This has become a much more substantial uh, strategic business focus for us as owners.
Thank you. Wow, that's wonderful. And your commitment paid off for sure. So, congratulations on that part. And you spoke about support. So, when you think about the support that Right at Home provides, what do you feel is the most valuable?
Gosh, there's likely not just one thing that is most valuable. There's so many things. As I interviewed other franchisees coming into the system, I asked them all the same question, which was, if you had to do this over, would you try to do this alone, or would
Mm-hmm.
you still be part of the Right at Home franchise system? And every single person I talked to, and I talked to really successful tenured franchisees, every one of them said, absolutely, we would go again with Right at Home.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say 10 years in, I feel the same way. So, um, you know, the marketing and brand support is absolutely tremendous. And I've been very engaged in that part of our system over the years. And so I've got to see behind the scenes how significant that is.
Mm-hmm.
I would say from an operations perspective, a care delivery perspective, we've got all the tools, all the resources available. And I think that's really important. If you're coming into a business that is a franchise model, it's really important that you bring everything you've got, right? Your business experience, your creativity, your energy, your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, However, be prepared and ready to utilize and leverage the system and all the tools that are available, because it's a proven model and
Mm-hmm.
executing on it is a surefire way to win. And so I would say, yeah, everyone from Margaret Haynes, the Right at Home CEO, on
Mm-hmm.
down in the organization is somebody I feel I can pick up the phone and talk to, ask a question, get an answer, make a special request,
Mm-hmm.
identify something that might be missing, and I'm never blown off. It's something that we can look at and understand and see if there's more resources needed. So it's an ever evolving business and industry. So it's wonderful to have that type of partnership.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. And then finally, uh, what would be one piece of advice that and you can pick two if you have two, but at least one piece of advice that you would give to a prospect who is currently looking at Right at Home?
Well, I mean, first I would say uh, do it. Uh, Right at Home is absolutely a great opportunity, and yet I would say make sure that you're prepared. to come into a system and be engaged. Get engaged early on, stay engaged throughout. I've gone to our annual conference every year because it's an opportunity to engage. I've volunteered to serve on leadership councils because, I feel like I can give back and contribute, and I can gain a lot from it. Be part of, peer performance groups. Engage with your business performance coach. Don't come in and sit back and not get involved. Just get as engaged and involved as possible. Ask questions. Don't worry about feeling like you're silly for asking a question, because all the rest of us have asked the same questions, and sometimes 10 years in, we're still asking the same questions because it's just, things are changing, and we need new information. So that would be my advice. Really get engaged and stay engaged through your whole experience.
Awesome. That's great advice. Thank you so much. And thank you for your service. Thank you for serving your clients on a daily basis. We at Right at Home are very lucky to have you in our family. So thank you for your time today, Adam.
Thank you so much.